down to the bottom left. The blue Protoss from ECVisualize. It's FeaR. Do I know the result in advance? I do not. I sometimes through the group stage, sometimes grabbing the replays from there, it's kind of hard not to see the results and stuff like that. And sometimes when I'm trying to plan the times, plan the time and stuff of matches, like in the group stage, I'll try and see how long the games are as well to get a rough idea of, you know, oh, if I cast this, then I should start this this amount of time before this series starts, so I can fit it in nicely. So so yeah, usually, sometimes I do, but for these series I don't. I got them sent to me spoiler free. I just set 2 hours to cast each match, which worked out, well, didn't work out brilliantly because Dust Dead Pixels came in and went 4-0. But yeah, so I don't know at all who wins this last game. I am as intrigued as you guys are, and I don't even know who to root for. You know, obviously I want Axiom Acer to win because it's the fan favourite. It gets us viewers. It's going to be exciting. Everyone wants Axiom Acer to win, right? Because, you know, we got to see more Axiom Acer. But then ECVisualize creates such a huge underdog story. It's pretty insane as well. I mean, whoever wins here, it's going to be an insane result because, I mean, 4-3 is the last score I predicted. I think earlier today I said something along the lines of, I think Axiom Acer will win 4-1. They might drop a map or two because, again, they haven't looked the most stable team throughout the season. Not like Dust Dead Pixels, who have been, you know, stomping teams left, right and centre. They don't care who they send out first. Axiom Acer do drop a map here and there. But to drop 3, didn't really expect that. Heart on the comeback here as well. That last victory puts him at 20 wins and 2 losses this season. Is he going to go 21-2? 2-1-2? Or is he going to go 23 and not have a chance to work on it any further? Reaper pops out here for Heart and takes down that first probe, being a very standard opening from him so far, and will once again be that factory on the way down in a few moments' time. We are here on Cactus Valley, guys. Very large map. Intrigued to see how this plays out. FeaR with very standard opening himself so far. One gas expand in towards that second gas, and his mothership core going to be popping out to help deal with this incoming Reaper, which for Heart is just looking for some information. Comes in, confirms the Nexus, and will pop up into the main base just to try and see if anything is going on a little bit crazy super quick, but sees the mothership core and will know there's not much else to see here. Will note the location of the pylons, and that's very useful as well because it gives him a bit of an idea as to where to scout a little bit later on when he comes back in with this Reaper to try and see what's up once again. You know, if you can check this corner pylon, check if any tech's up over here. The third pylon is in the back of this middle line, which is again probably what he's trying to hunt down right now. Doesn't want to overcommit though, and that is actually going to be where the tech is placed. Twilight Council on the way down here. Command Center on the way up. Factory is finishing for Heart as well, and Starport should be dropped here pretty much immediately, and there it is in the production tab as we follow this Reaper, continuing to look around, looking to see what's going on, what might be happening here in this game number 7. Again, the winner takes their team into the semi-finals of the SC2 ITL. Of course, Axiom Acer have never done this before because this is their first season ever. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Heart. Wow, that sucks. That's a map glitch. That really sucks. Of course, Axiom Acer have never made the semi-finals before because it's their first season taking part of in the SC2 ITL, but they are no, you know, we've seen them so often in the Acer Team Story Cup playing really, really well and so on. So no surprise to see them doing well here. But ECVisualize, out of 4 seasons of the SC2 ITL, this is their first time in the playoffs, and to make the semis would be huge. A couple of Marines moving through the middle of the map here from Heart, looking to see what he might be able to get done, but a couple of Stalkers in the middle, and he actually pulls back anyways. Not really moving forwards with anything just yet. That Twilight Council has begun to research Blink. Of course, not going to be seen by Heart, as we actually see a pylon dropped over to the right hand side. A Stalker being added here by FeaR, second Stalker too. And just going to be a little bit of light pressure as he does see this Medivac starting to move across the map. So 5 Stalker, a bit of pressure here, and he's not really going to be able to stop the bunker coming up, but again, if he can just get a little bit of damage done, force some SCVs off the line to repair, pick off a couple of Marines or so, anything is kind of nice here as Rubber Facility on the way up, and he needs that Observer out to be able to deal with this incoming mine drop. Again, 2 mines in this medevac right now, moving across the map, looking to see what he might be able to get done. A couple of Stalkers being warped in as well. As this medevac continues to move across. Oh, did see the Twilight Council, so he does know about the thing. Thank you for pointing out address. I missed that in the chat. I missed that before. Oh, 3 kills from this Widow Mine. So again, sorry, just to go over that a little bit more clearly. Hart did see this Twilight Council before he came in with this drop, so he knows Blink's on the way. He knows what he's up against, and that's probably why he has a second bunker up, and a nice little blink away there by FeaR to keep these Stalkers alive. Another gas being taken by Hart, and again just seeing what he can get done. These mines are about to go off again. Observer's not here in time. Another bunch of probes going down. 5 more in that hit. The one on the right side didn't get too much done. Finally clears these up. As these Stalkers still just sitting at the front here. No real transition coming out of FeaR just yet. A little bit supply block. Just now taking his gases on the natural. He's a little bit behind right now. Pops down the Dark Shrine though. See what he might be able to get done with this. Moving forwards with these Stalkers. Slowly blinking them back one at a time. Marauder just jumps into that bunker there just in time. Really nice control by Hart actually to keep that alive, as again just slowly trying to work his way against this. These Stalkers are a little bit unsure as to what they want to do, but I mean Hart does such a great job of just staying alive, and that's the main thing he really has to get done at this sort of point in the game, because behind all of this, medevac count continues to rise, Stimpak, combat shields come up. You know, he gets into a better position himself. Now, Dark Shrine is about to finish up. There's a turret well positioned at the front, so I'm not sure if DTs are really going to be able to do anything themselves. Yeah, I think he has to give this up now as well. The Stalkers on their own aren't going to be able to achieve too much more here. And Hard is actually 25 supply up right now. A lot of money in the bank for FeaR, which he just isn't using. He does have that Robo Bay on the way down, so maybe just waiting to start extending Thermal Lance as well as a Colossus. And Hart, can he complete the reverse all kill here? Pylon gets sniped off to the right hand side, and it's going to once again supply block FeaR, who has 2 more Pylons on the way up here. Again, just trading against, I think there's a Marauder that went down there. There's another couple of mines burrow over here, and a couple of probes go down. Throw another charge will clean these up in a couple of moments once that Observer comes back, but at the same time, there's Bioforce moving through the middle of the map. 3 DTs warped in, and they're going to start moving forwards. Does Hart have a scan? No. So these 3 TTs are genuinely going to have to make Hart turn around. Wow. Is Hart going to turn away from this? Well, he kind of turns and fights, but he realizes he just doesn't have the scan to deal with the Dark Templar, and FeaR takes a gamble. He takes a gamble of warping in the DTs, saying, you know, if you don't have a scan, this could do something. If you do, then I'm just throwing away money. There's a scan, though, and now surely Hart is not going to have enough DPS to take down the Dark Templar still. He's just about going to clean this up, but I mean, wow. Hart is still so far ahead though. These mines still sat in the mineral lines. Oh my god, they've got up to so many kills. They've had another huge shot off, 9 and 3. FeaR's just all over the place. He's playing like you'd expect him to if he was under a lot of pressure, which he kind of is. And Hart's just moving forwards, and I mean, surely, how FeaR can't stay alive in this game. He's almost half the supply of his opponent. He's on 36 probes to 53 SCVs. And wow, it really has taken Hart to kind of make Axiom Acer look like they've hit their stride today. I mean, sure, he has a 3rd CCF. I mean, this is nigh on unlosable at this point, I believe, but you never know. Protoss is a pretty good race. As FeaR moves out on towards the map, he does have a probe coming across side pylon. I mean, sure, this is just for 3rd base. He can't possibly just expect to move across the map and attack right now. He has 2 Colossi, so well, it looks as though that's what he's going to try to do. He's moving forwards. Is he going to be able to make it happen? I would be extremely surprised. I mean, 2 Colossi, literally a handful of Stalkers, 6 Stalkers, a Zealot, essentially. It's not an army you can fight with, and he's going to come forwards to the middle of the map, and I mean, Hart is a little bit scared of this, but picks off the probe, so now there's not even that close of a pylon. I mean, this pylon's okay, but it's not super close to the army. As Hart just falls back to his natural. A little bit of a choke point here. Needs to make sure he stays in a position where he can spread out into a bit of a concave. That will be one thing which will help him in this incoming engagement. He's up by a single weapon upgrade. As FeaR takes his position just outside the natural, could move over towards the third and get some damage done. I guess there's always the issue that I suppose just going to come stimming down and try and get something done behind it. There's a couple of DTs sent over towards this third base. There's a couple of Marines in the bunker though, and well, turret's going to start taking some damage. The DT's going to kill off, so again, not really achieving too much. Time Warp comes down, and again, Heart doesn't want to commit into this. He doesn't want to run through a Time Warp and perhaps throw this game, so he's just going to take his time about it. And Stalkers, Zealots, just going to move over to this left-hand side and maybe try and hit this third base, but again, I mean, Heart is up 70 supply right now. FeaR really needs a miracle engagement, but Heart isn't biting. He's not taking the bait. He's not walking into he's not walking through a choke point into a Time Warp. He's not making the mistakes which need to be made for FeaR to come back into this. And now he's going to come down here. He's going to stand forward and he's going to say, "Cool, I see an army. I see an army I can kill." Recalls out. So FeaR keeps his army alive, but I mean, for what purpose? How much more can he get done in this game? I'm not really too sure. As these units for Heart. I mean, again, does he move across the map? He's more or less maxed out, so I mean, he might just wait for a couple ghosts and then move across the map with an SCV pull. I mean, he doesn't even really need the SCVs. He's so far ahead right now. He's going to have +2/+1. Storm on the way for FeaR. As these units take down the pylon, FeaR hits another supply block for a couple of moments there. And, well, let's see what happens as Marine, Marauder, Viking moves across the map to try and end this game, end this series. Axiom, Acer were on the edge of defeat, but you have to wonder, I mean, even if they move through to the semi-finals again, whoever they play in the semis is going to be surely favoured after this close series here against ECVisualize, a team who barely made it to the playoffs. They've put up one hell of a fight today. Here we go. Heart deals with the aggression over on his third base. He starts to move through into the natural. The Vikings take down the Colossi. 1, 2 go down, and now there is nothing left at all for FeaR. Surely he whoops in a couple of DTs. He's got one High Templar with what? 80 energy. He has one single storm. The Vikings land. He gets ready to march in to take Axiom Acer to the semi-finals of the SE2 Improved Team League. Well, that's a beautiful storm, but one beautiful storm will not cut it this time around. And it looks as though if the Ghost's coming across the map as well, just to add in a couple of EMPs, Heart taking his time, and why not make sure he's got everything he needs. The EMPs start to land on top of the entire army, the High Templar taken out in that, and Heart's still not really even fighting in that good of a position, but it doesn't matter, he's got more than enough. FeaR GG's out, and Axiom Acer move to the semi-finals with a 4-3 victory over EC.